I'm the Black Bear Kid. I got a noisy bird. And today, we're talking about Street Fighter Alpha 2. Yeah, this is pretty much the best it got when I was a kid. In fact, when I was little, I used to think I was gonna look like Ryu growing up, so I used to pick him all the time. And so when I use Ryu, I basically fight you with me. If that makes sense. Shut up, stop judging me!
Yeah, just thinking about how I started playing this game back when I was 4 and how much I sucked back then, probably would have looked something like this. I remember waking up at like 8 or 9 when I was about 4 and just seeing my dad whoop the computer. But the game was on Nintendo back then and you got to choose your difficulty, which I didn't have the luxury to do for this review since I played the arcade version and the computer just input reads you and so maybe I shouldn't have been that impressed, but still, 4-year-old me. I spent almost every day for an entire summer learning Ryu's special moves, and through trial and error, I figured them out. Thank God these inputs are universal throughout fighting games, or you could have considered that time officially wasted. And being a kid, I thought it was really cool that Ryu wanted to fight Akuma just to see who was stronger. So when I got to fight him in arcade mode, like Ryu did, you bet I put all my effort into beating that son of a bitch. Everything about this game, in my opinion, is just perfect. The movement is the right pace, allowing you and your opponent to really feel the best spacing. There isn't dashing, so you're always forced to be in close, encouraging you to go in on your opponent. However, if you want to keep your opponent away from you, you can always be a piece of shit, pick Sagat. To be fair, you can just counter it with jump Tatsu, or quarter circle back kick, or as my friends call it, the what the. Woo! But my favorite thing of all is how awesome this game makes you feel. And when you hit someone, you feel it. Let's talk a little story for this game. Or the little of it I know anyway. Ryu, who is on the path of becoming a strong warrior along with his buddy Ken, is looking for Akuma, who is his former teacher's brother. Ken, I think, just wants to get stronger, and Sagat wants revenge on Ryu for that oh so lovely scar on his chest. Well, and for almost killing him with his bare hands. And yeah, that's all I really know when it comes to this story. Yeah, sorry to disappoint you. The music is undoubtedly the best it's ever been. Just give it a listen. Street Fighter was always known for being technical, and this game is no different. But before we get super technical for a second, let me explain what I mean first. With most fighting games, you have a light, medium, and a heavy attack, with your fourth face button being something like reflect or guard. In Street Fighter, you actually have 6. You have light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, and heavy kick. Each regular move has its advantages and disadvantages. Jabs, or light punches, are used mainly to keep spacing since it's relatively fast, but the disadvantage being it doesn't do a lot of damage. Now, let's say you pick Sagat. If you use hard kick, you can cover about 3/4 of the screen and do way more damage, but your attack is a bit slower. Now we get into the more technical part of Street Fighter, frame data. Now, without a doubt, this is the most technical part of any fighting game, and if you ever intend on going pro, this is the one aspect of the game you can't miss. Frame data can be broken down like this in the simplest of terms. Let's say light punch is 6 frames altogether. 2 frames for startup, 2 frames where the move is active, and 2 frames where the move has to recover. If you throw out a light punch at the same time your opponent does, but their move is 10 frames, you win that trade, and this is true for all frame data. As long as you pick the faster move, you'll be okay. Now, it gets way more complicated than that, but I'm not going to get super in detail for this review. With all that being said, I think if you're looking for a great beginner fighting game, this one is it. There aren't any complicated things to do in this one other than alpha countering, which I'm not 100% sure on how to do, and it kind of just happens at random. And the only other complicated thing is canceling normals into special moves, but even when I was a kid I could figure that out, so I'm sure it's not that hard to do, and with some timing and practice, I'm sure you can figure it out in a matter of minutes. You could also find someone just as green as you and play each other. That's always fun, right?
Alright, that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and God, it took a lot of manpower. But hey, if you like it, make sure you subscribe, and yeah, hope you guys have a great day.